Okay. Well, Gus, sometimes you have extended bits, and a lot of people are having fun making memes of it, but I saw little rumblings on the subreddit that a couple of people were getting irritated that I kept cutting you off. I think most people were happy that I was, correcting the dead air on the podcast. But, if it's irritating a couple people, maybe the joke's getting old. So why don't you, start the podcast?
I know you're gonna
Welcome back to the Gus Eddy podcast.
So.
I don't give a fuck what anybody on the
tough.
subreddit says. This is episode, 1,000+1 during the quarantine. Take it away, Gus.
Eddie, I just want to let you know on a positive front, I've actually come to peace with the fact that you keep interrupting me in the front end because I recognize that it's a projection of your own insecurities and shortcomings.
I don't think that's it.
I think
what other people were saying as well.
So,
Gus,
it's okay.
Whatever you say in the mirror to correct for the dead air, that's okay. But even right now, that was some dead air that you just left, and then I had to pick up. So even right now, that's some more dead air. And so I'd say that's proof enough.
Me feel worse for you.
That I'm really
shaking.
I'm really putting this podcast on my back, man. And I got to tell you, I've been disappointed lately.
It's not fair you have the word back in your name. That's a cheap head start.
It's like you're
I don't
cheating.
have any body parts in my name except Johnson.
Obviously, you're going to carry the podcast. You don't carry something on your Johnson.
You could maybe hang 2 to 3 pounds from it tops, but that's it.
Okay, there's one thing I got to talk about immediately with this episode. Already is, guys, you know what it is? I gotta start complaining. And you know what? It's that time again where one of us complains about things pretty much every moment of the podcast.
That's it.
Had about a month ago, or maybe a month and a half, I was like, okay, we got the couch down here. That's like an old Craigslist couch we got for what was it, like $80 when we moved in?
I think so, something like that.
I was like, I kind of want a couch that I'll keep for a long time. I want to get a little bit nicer of a couch. So I spent money on a couch, and I got a couch for the stream room as well. I waited with my little butt in my seat, excited, as it was like, we're building your couch. The couch is on the distribution center. And then finally, the day comes where my couch is supposed to get delivered, right? And you, Gus, we're taking the old couch upstairs. So we were looking to maybe tip the delivery guys to just bring it up a couple floors. And so the guys get here, and they're like 2 hours early. And so I'm not ready at all. He's like, hey, I'm downstairs. And so I go down there, and I'm like, hey, Gus, can you be a little backup for me? Come down there just in case. Because he's like, it's not fitting in the elevator, which it measured to fit. So I go down there. And it's a big-ass box, and they're not even trying to put it in the elevator anymore. And my phone vibrates, and I don't pick up the phone because I'm talking to this guy. And he's telling me, like, oh, it doesn't fit. And I'm like, well, can you take it out of the box maybe and try and put it in? He's like, oh, by policy, we can't do that. And I was like, oh, okay, well, could I maybe tip you to, like, take it up the stairs? And he's like, we can't take it up the third floor with 2 people. That's against our policy, too. He was very, Gus, shutting me down, matter of fact, like immediately.
Yeah.
If I tried, and I was like, maybe, are the legs in the box? Could you maybe take that part of the box out? Every time he'd be like, no, we can't do that. And then, so it doesn't fit. And then they are like, you're just going to have to reschedule for later. I'm not even going to talk about, Gus, the nightmare that it was in. I got woken up 2 mornings in a row at 8 a.m. by their call center to clarify that they were coming back to redeliver. And then they fucked it up and had to reschedule me for like 3 days later. But the guys finally come, new guys, to deliver the couch again. And they're supposed to send 3 guys to bring it up the stairs because that's according to their policy. 2 people show up. Gus, 2 people. And when
I remember. Fuck those guys.
And so the 2 people show up, and to the guy, I'm like, hey, and he's super nice. And I'm like, hey, if you want to try the elevator, the other guy said it didn't fit. But if you just want to try it. And he's like, okay, can I just see the elevator? He examines it a little bit, walks back out to the truck, and I see them start taking the couch out of the box and putting the mover blanket on it. And he comes back up to me, and this is the thing, is I spent the entire last week being like, okay, I don't want to be shitty. Those are professional drivers. but I feel like they could have taken it out of the box. Oh, also, sorry. This is just, I'm rambling now. I got a fucking, the vibration I got when I came down to meet the dude was a voicemail from the company saying that they're sorry that the delivery got canceled. So he canceled it before we even spoke face to face. And so the guy walks up to me, and I've been brewing for a week going, you know, maybe I'm wrong to being angry. Maybe I'm just putting all the blame on this guy, but I'm still going to be mad because you know how I am.
Angy.
This dude walks up to me and goes, yeah, they must have just sent a bad delivery crew to you. They must have just been really shitty because we can totally take it out of the box and we can totally bring it upstairs with 2 people. None of that is against our policy. And I was like, what? He's just like, yeah, that's not, they must have just been really lazy and not wanted to deliver it to you. And I went through like a hell week for trying to get the delivery scheduled again. They take the couch, they put it on a little pallet with wheels, and vertically, as tall as it can be, it just fucking perfectly slides into the elevator. Fits completely.
On the wheels, too, yeah.
My entire week of editing my new video was fucked up each individual day by customer support calls and planning for deliveries that didn't come and then calling me to tell me that they had to reschedule again. My whole week of fucking editing a video, gone. Because those guys just didn't want to bring the couch up. They could have just... what happened, Gus? Why'd they do this to me?
I don't know. I can't speak on their behalves. They clearly hate you, though, and you should run with that.
I honestly, I don't even know what to say because they definitely hated me. But they canceled it before they even saw me, Gus. How could you hate me just from the phone call?
I'm surprised that they did that, though, too, because it's like they got to know how quickly that you can get the phone notification from that. And it's then to have the gall to just be standing down there and just be like, yeah, all right, let's give it a crack. When it's like, I know you already pulled the plug on this. Like,
yeah, my guess.
My phone's ringing, guy.
My guess is because they were so early. He was like, oh, we've got this extra 30 minutes. Maybe we bang out this delivery early. And he thought maybe we could just quickly bring it up. And the second it would add like 5 minutes on, they'd be late to the other delivery. And so he just told me they couldn't. Which is just like,
I don't know.
Ah, man. But I got my couch.
It is now lost to the annals of history, Eddie. We won't know.
Tony, show a picture of my couch. Gus, clap.
Clap for your couch?
Clap for the couch.
I don't know this couch, though. Like, I don't want to endorse this couch. Like, what if it, like, did something really shady and it's passed and then
it just got made. It's a newborn.
It just got made? Oh, okay, but out of context is going to look so bad. I am not fully endorsing Eddie's couch.
I'm shocked at what horrors will my couch commit in the future that will make us regret this moment.
You're just like walking down the street to like go into a cafe a year from now and you see like a cop pulled to the side of the road and like your couch is being cuffed on the hood. You're like, what?
It's got like a racist tattoo on it and I'm like, what happened?
Sir, is this your couch? I didn't see that. He added that.
I didn't put that on. Where did it go? Oh man. One thing I want to stress now as well for us that we need to clarify to the audience because I'm seeing a couple people ask about it. We can't return to the original set yet. We want to do that. Gus, go at him. Go at him.
That is a personal choice. Here's the thing. I understand that, and I don't want to throw anybody under the bus. I think that how people have been dealing with this pandemic has been a wide spectrum of different approaches. Eddie and I have recognized that we have built up a framework where we don't have to take some of these unnecessary risks right now.
Sabrina we are extremely privileged in that. Our jobs are seem to be the perfect setup for COVID safety.
That is, I absolutely agree. And we're at this point, to you viewers at home, fuck audio listeners, we have said these things on phone calls and stuff to each other, but we're sharing them to you. As like Eddie said, yes, we are very fortunate to have these positions. We recognize that, and as a result of that, I'm kind of just saying fuck it this year. You know, I'm kind of not doing anything. Dude, I am not taking risks. We're not going to start testing guests, start pushing the waters. I know that probably we could maybe start doing some in-person things, but it's like collectively between Eddie and Chrissy and Gus and Sabrina, that's 4 of us who are largely not going into the world, but still will have to take I have to take the dog to the vet or something.
Yeah, you know? Or there's no fresh delivery or I have to grab this from the grocery store. And my idea behind it is there are a ton of people who are essential workers who have to be out there risking it all the time. And if I start risking it just for the fucking fun of it, you know, just because I'd rather sit across from you from a table, and then I spread it to people who are essential workers. I'm up like a dude who could have just been safe and decided not to and fucked with people.
Absolutely. And you know, like, we are not claiming here saying every action of every day since March has been a perfect cleanliness thing. I know Eddie and I are taking this really responsibly. We are not just taking stupid, unnecessary trips to, like, go out and, like, eat at a restaurant and, like, go to a friend's house and go inside and be like, hey, what, you know, we're not having fucking influencer parties and shit. And it is a small sacrifice to us to just be able to do this. Because it's, like, not a fucking sacrifice. We're still chilling inside and shit. But all we're trying to say is, like, I miss the podcast in person. I know Eddie does too. And it flows a little bit better. But largely, this is essentially the same podcast. And it's like, why not? If we can afford to not take the risk, fuck it.
Also, technically, this is our original podcast. You know, this is how we started doing it. This is us back to our fucking roots. Also, it's like, yeah, there's a feeling to us being across the table and fucking around. The podcast is not very different. It's pretty much the same. It's
99% the same thing. I just can't have Eddie, like, share a condiment with me when we want to eat mustard off a spoon or something like that. Like, you're getting the same thing right now. And again, like, and I know Eddie says this too, like, this is almost nobody. You know, like, it's just a couple.
I would say it's probably 5 people, but I had somebody also ask on my Twitch stream, and I'm like, all right, I need these people to know why, at least, that we're not just, like, avoiding it, you know? I think mainly, too, I think this would be for both of us. If we just went back to doing the set, there would be this feeling of guilt and possible danger that would ruin the vibe of the podcast. Like, we get to, I would be a little uncomfortable with us doing it because, again, it's just like, with the outreach of even 4 people, you just don't know. And that not knowing, for me, ruins the time. That's why I know I couldn't, even if I tried to have a party right now, like, let's say my morals were different, right? I wouldn't be able to enjoy that party. I can't just go, oh, you know what? Fuck it tonight, bro. I can't do that. My brain will not allow me to.
I don't get that. And I know that you have seen, like, the viewers, you've seen people, YouTubers, anybody else are doing these things right now, and it's frustrating that the bar has been so fucking lowered by so many people, and that this kind of shit has been normalized. And it's like, I don't want it to make it seem like we're asking for praise at all, but it's like, of course it's an easy fucking decision. We're not going out of our way to take these risks and stuff right now. It's basic fucking human decency. Like, we're doing the bare minimum here, you know?
Right, and like you said, nobody's had a perfect COVID quarantine run. You know what I mean? Like, we both went home for a bit, you know? It's like, nobody has had the perfect one, but this is the little bit that we can do, is not saying fuck it and hanging out all the time. Because, again, my thought is, it's not about me and you getting sick. It's helping the spread. That's what I don't want to do. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And so that's it, guys. And the thing is, I know everybody understands. I don't even know why we talk about this stuff when it's so small, but I feel like I need to. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And you know, the stupid and frustrating voices are often heard the most loudest or seen the most frequently. Even algorithmically, too. Like, we talked about this before. Like, you know, on Twitter and shit, you could have... I think you even put out a tweet about it, like, a month ago, where it's like, why the fuck is Twitter, like, programmed currently to, like, show you the least popular opinions at, like, the top of your replies?
Yeah, it's
like,
not
what
even...
What the fuck is that?
It's not even, like, a group of them usually. It's, like, the first reply will be the one most heinous shit you've ever heard with 0 likes. And then the second reply will have, like, 100 likes. It's like, Twitter, why did you decide to just throw that in there? I don't understand.
I will see that everywhere too. Like, that's not even like on our own platforms.
Oh, it's
I will
absolutely
go
everywhere.
to anybody's tweets, like our friends, like other people like in the industry and shit, and like everybody will say a tweet, and it's the number one reply is just some fucking dipshit idiot saying some dumb garbage, and 99% of the rest of the comments are just like completely like, yeah, this is chill, but why is Twitter taking this one fucking whack job and elevating it to the top every time?
I don't know, because I see it under everything. It's gotta be in their algorithm. It's gotta be.
I think, and again, this is me, uncle on the porch here, just like saying dumb shit. But I have seen a lot of reports that like Facebook was kind of busted for having a similar algorithm of trying to show people the most contentious possible.
Is it because engagement
like,
gets driven up?
Exactly. People stay on the site. I mean, I'm sure you guys have had it. You know, you ever pick a Facebook fight with somebody for a day and all day long you're coming back, you're like, oh, fuck you, Terry. And then you just dunk on them. You're on the site for 10 hours that day. Gotcha, bitch.
Yep, they got you. They got you.
Gotcha.
No matter what. An angry view of an ad. I'll still angrily buy things. What? A lawnmower? God damn it, what a good deal. I wonder what Terry said.
I'm checking in hourly on Terry's dumb remarks on my new lawnmower purchase.
When dumb fucking Terry sees me sitting on a driving lawnmower mowing my lawn, that fucking idiot's gonna cry.
His wife is gonna berate him so bad. Fuck this Terry guy.
I'm sure she's going to go, Terry, why do you use your legs to mow the lawn? And that's, I'm sure, why I'll buy this lawnmower to get rid of Terry. All my homies hate Terry.
They fucking, you know what? I'm fucking done with Terry, all right? I don't want to be calling people out by name. I'm fucking done with it now,
The
all
Gus
right?
Eddy podcast officially unendorses Terry.
That's a hard stop on that.
We're getting rid of Terry.
Wait, Terry's mowing the lawn with just his legs? Is he like river
No, I meant
dancing?
as in like he pushes the lawnmower himself rather than sitting on the drivable one.
I like the idea that he's just out there
scissor
in a kilt
kicks.
doing traditional. Yeah, he's just dancing the grass away. Hello, fuck you, Terry.
He does little jumps and he pinches his New Balances together in the jump and rips the grass out of the ground.
Heel clicks and he's getting like 8 blades of grass at a time.
So Terry is like a leprechaun and also he just lives
Terry
in
the
Wisconsin.
lawnmower leprechaun.
He's a lawnmower leprechaun. And he also argues on Facebook. Terry's an interesting guy, man.
Fuck Terry. Oh, I don't know about that, Mr. Burback. Fuck you, Terry.
Fuck
you
you,
don't
Terry.
understand.
Fuck off.
See you out there with your green stained New Balances. Kiss my ass.
I love the thought of a leprechaun wearing green stained New Balances instead of the like clog shoes. Or whatever the fuck leprechaun shoes are. They're not clogs, but you got what I meant.
Yeah, they're like boat shoes or like, no, they're buckle shoes, I think.
Yeah.
What's the Lucky Charms guy's name? Is his name actually Lucky Charm?
I don't think so. I think it's something. Isn't it something the leprechaun?
It's Lucky the Leprechaun.
Is it okay? So is it so his last name is not Charms?
No, wait. So his Lucky Charms, like that's like, you know, his catchphrase.
It's Lucky.
You're after
Is
me,
it
Lucky
Lucky's Charms?
No, he always goes, "You're after me, Lucky Charms." That would be like if I was like, "Hey, don't steal my Gus money." Why the fuck would he incorporate his own name into that?
Also, why were there so many commercials of cereal mascots trying to keep the cereal from children, or like get the cereal? You know what I mean?
I don't know. That had to be some weird marketing thing where it's like, oh, if it seems like you're not supposed to have it.
It did work on me, so I take it back. I would see the fucking well, you remember when there was the Cookie Crisp dog who was chill as fuck, and then they got rid of him for that fucking maniac wolf who was just like, he's plotting to get the Cookie Crisp. The dog used to be like, oh, what's up? You playing baseball? Here's some Cookie Crisp. I'll hit a home run. It's like he was fucking awesome, dude.
It's like he was in on how cool it was. It's just like, hey, can you believe this? We tricked your parents into thinking you're eating cereal. It's just fucking cookies, dude. Go to town, bro. Just dig in there. And this wolf came along, was fucking all the shit up. I hate that.
Yeah, the wolf plan. The idea was then if you got Cookie Crisp, then a wolf is gonna plot and plan to grab your cereal in the night. That's scary.
I don't want that. I don't enjoy that narrative.
I wonder if like they never even have a good plan. Like what if Lucky just like hired a small militia to protect his charms? We return on him and he's just got like a castle and arrows pointed down at the kids. Like, yeah.
Fire at will. And Susie and Brandon and Terrence. Dude, Terrence is Terry's kid. You know, I didn't want to. It's a little too on the nose. That's all right. We'll let it back. Dude, I wanted that kind of cereal so bad when I was a kid. I told you we never had like sugar cereal in our house and shit. And it just like whenever I'd have that stuff, I would just give myself a fucking gut rot. I'd eat like 10 bowls of that shit. Lucky Charms, Cookie Crisp. I'd go to town.
Yeah, dude. Especially into college when you're like, oh yeah, I should start buying cereal again. And then you have those nights where you're draining like 2 bowls of Cocoa Pebbles, and you're like, what have I done to myself?
Exactly.
Why
Sometimes it's just like you bring the milk to the couch with you because it's like, I know I'm going to need an instant refill on this anyway, and I'm banging 2 to 4 bowls out. It's outrageous.
2 to 4? God damn, dude. That's 4.
I'll wolf it down.
That's impressive. I'm actually.
wolf it down,
how much sugar is that?
All right, let me see. How many grams of sugar in a bowl of Lucky Charms? You know
Lucky
that they're
Charms
measuring it as the smallest bowl possible.
Yeah. Well, because if we're getting info from their nutrition box, then yeah.
That's true. I searched how many sugar in a bowl of Lucky Charms. There is 16 mini sugar in a bowl of Lucky Charms. Holy shit, 16 grams? Goddamn. So assuming that bowl is really small, I assume that it's actually probably closer to like 20 to 25 grams per bowl. So do I down like a scundo worth of sugar in a sitting, you know?
That's a scundo worth, dude. Also,
that's it.
I just gotta say, I'm sure this will age poorly because it's a game that it will get very popular and everyone's gonna be annoyed by. So I'm already calling it. But right. I fucking love Fall Guys, man.
Dude, I have been playing. Eddie, when did that come out? Did that come out 3 or 4 days ago?
I think like 4 maybe.
I have put in. How much time do you have put into it right now? Do you know?
Not a lot. I put in a bit on stream, like maybe a couple hours on like 2 hours on PC, and then maybe like an hour or 2 on PS4, just because I haven't had many gameplay nights of it. But I love it.
I have put in 34 hours already.
Holy shit, guys. What? How the fuck have you done that?
I was already kind of in a downward spiral, and I was like, this is pretty easy to hop onto. So I've just been playing it into the fucking ground, dude.
Dude, well, for people that don't know, Fall Guys is like, I don't even know. It's kind of like if you made a battle royale out of Mario Party mini games, right?
Mixed with the Wipeout TV show.
Yeah,
yes.
It's a very fun, stupid, very accessible video game that everyone I think should try, and this month it's free on PS4, so download it. This is not a sponsorship, but one thing I want to mention, so like the Fall Guys Twitter is pretty funny, but they're clearly indie developers that now have this smash breakout hit game, right?
Yep.
Dude, and so obviously they've had server issues because the game is way more popular than they thought. And people on Twitter are so just not understanding of it, dude. Like, people be like, I fucking return the game because the servers don't work. It's like, dude, they had a smash hit when they thought they were probably going to have just like a little release that grew. I think they had like,
honestly,
dude, I think the first afternoon on Steam, they were up to like 146 million, or not just million, 146,000 copies sold just on Steam, and it was the free game of the month on PlayStation. It's like no wonder this small ass team just getting fucking attacked by people playing, you know?
Oh my god, yeah. I don't envy I can't imagine how fucking scrambling they've been this week to try to like juggle everything. Like, obviously great problem to have, but like holy shit, yeah, like cut these people some fucking slack, dude.
Yeah, because I remember even Fortnite, and it was Epic Games, that Fortnite struggled with server stuff for like I think maybe 3 or 4 months as it was getting popular, where there were just nights. Yeah, it was a lot. So I don't know. People need to calm down. I think people are getting, and rightfully so, people are getting so agitated online just because of, I think, the pandemic and everything, you know? Where it's like, I totally get it, though. There's some things for me where I'll have to be like, dude, this doesn't really matter. You've just been cooped up in your house. You got nothing else going on.
Absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely. Yeah. That's why it's good to take it out on other people and Fall Guys.
Yes,
dude,
exactly.
I've been playing, I got to say it, you can scorn me, Eddie, or anyone in the comments. I'm definitely that guy in the game.
I hate you
I am
so
that
much.
Guy.
By that guy, Gus, who has, or people who haven't seen Gus, or sorry, people who haven't played Fall Guys. Gus is the guy that when he could just cross the finish line and not be eliminated, he will actively kill other people for no reason.
I'm like a junk. No reason. The whole object of the game is to make sure that people get out, and I am just
they get out naturally.
Slightly.
They get out naturally every round. So you just need to make sure that you're in. This is like me shooting a sick
cow. You know, I'm like, that poor cow's suffering. Bam! I'm pushing you off slime climb.
For people that don't play, it's every match is pretty much like a funnel where a certain amount of people can get through to the next. So killing somebody doesn't do anything for you. It only gets specific people eliminated when the same amount would be eliminated as normal.
It is an incentive to you though, because if you're later in the game, then you can have fewer people for like end game stuff.
But the games naturally eliminate a certain amount of people. So how would you be eliminating
they're programmed with each tier to be able to like eliminate a certain amount, but you can still push people off. Like on Slime Climb, for example, it's rarely met the elimination quota. So pretty much anybody that can get in. So you take the one game where you
can really do something evil and you do the evil thing.
Yeah, especially there's like this long stretch at the end where it's just a bunch of jelly on the floor, and it's so slippery. And for people that don't know, all you have to do is just hold on to somebody and they go flying back when they let go.
Somebody did it to Chrissy yesterday. She was going to be one of the last two to cross the line, and they grabbed her and then pushed her off the edge.
The thing is, usually I will not want to be that guy, but I know how mad I get when someone does that to me, and it gives me a little bit of pleasure knowing on the other end that somebody's like, what the fuck? And that's what's been giving me, Eddie, I am staying inside. I am making sacrifices. Let me push people off Slime Climb, okay? I don't ask for a lot.
Okay, you're not going to influencer parties, so you get to kill a couple people on Slime Climb. By the way,
this one's for James Charles. This one's for Charlie D'Amelio.
I'm kind of misinformed on, or not misinformed, but uninformed on it. But like, so to get my understanding correctly, from in the last week, there have been multiple influencer parties with like 100 people, right?
Yes.
Have there been any YouTubers there that we like?
I legitimately don't know.
We could cut this from the podcast. I don't know either. I've only seen like the headline people, like the big TikTokers or like Jake Paul or James Charles.
But
for real, anybody who's going to these parties pre, during, or post coronavirus, you suck. You can't. If you go to like a Jake Paul party, you suck. That's it.
You absolutely suck.
But you extra suck during the pandemic, and fuck you. That's all I'm saying.
It's just so, again, for any of this shit, if like I will not be bothered if you just like don't include it. But like you guys, there are so many people that like we see behind the scenes. And it's like, what the fuck are you doing right now?
Yeah, dude.
Like people having parties, throwing fucking live shows right now. Shouldn't be fucking doing that shit.
It's just like you could not. And it would be easy not to. Especially, I think what's so insulting about the influencer parties, those are young people who are millionaires already. Like, the people going to those. And it's like, you could just chill and be rich during the quarantine when other people have to bust their ass. And then you're like, oh, I just can't, mentally, I just can't not go to a party right now. I can.
Yep.
Easily.
Yeah.
Not at a party.
I literally don't know what is wrong with people. Like, I want to get together with my friends.
Of course.
But how fucking weak are you that you don't recognize, hey, I'm a fucking YouTuber that has made all my money by kind of making my own shit. The worst thing I have to do during this whole thing is not hang out with my friends. That is it. People are fucking dying, and this is not to say that, your shit doesn't stink. Obviously, people have problems at every level. That does suck. You should be able to gripe about it.
It sucks not to socialize, but we're all dealing with it, and most of us aren't going to influencer parties. But I want to stress, when you say not seeing your friends, you don't mean even social distancing or very small places.
No, clearly not. I'm talking about
you mean like seeing
renting
your
a
friends
fucking Airbnb and getting 30 people over and having a fucking house party and shit like that.
Exactly. Yeah,
ridiculous.
Because again, it's just like you could simply just not do that, dude. We're passing people in LA. What are the fucking numbers daily in LA? And I'm passing outdoor seating on the street, tightly packed outdoor seating with maybe 30 people, no masks.
Yeah,
and it's like, hey guys, maybe if you're in a state that's it's doing well for, but not here though, because it affects. And it's like, every time I look, they all look like Instagram influencers. And they just look like people who aren't dealing with any problems during coronavirus. And so then their big problem is, I just need to socialize. I just need to go to a restaurant. And it's like people with real struggles are like, fuck you, like.
I don't get it. And it's like, it's disappointing as hell to see it's like nobody's talking about it. Like, you'll just go through your Instagram stories and it'll just be something as benign as like, look at this great spread at this cafe. And it's just like, I don't care where you are in the country. Why the fuck are you eating at a cafe right now?
And
you
I
don't
wanna
have
hear
to
it
fucking do
for
that.
the business support. The businesses that I normally go to, I am ordering Postmates from. So I don't want to hear, oh, you have to go. No, everybody's delivering right now. And so you could just keep supporting that business with, I don't know. Because I don't know.
No,
I know
that's just
some people are
exactly
waiters and they do want to go to work. So our servers, sorry, I forgot that's the new one. And I just, dude, I don't know. I'm so scared that some people are just going to be like, fuck you. But it's like, all I do is I just want to not have people die. That's it. That's all.
And you do, like, I used to kind of balk at the idea of like implied responsibility with a platform when I was, like younger and stuff, and be like, well, I'm just trying to do my thing and stuff, but you can't avoid it. If you have a platform, like, you have a responsibility to people, like the actions that you take and the way that you
especially those
yourself.
influencers with young followers who, yes, are less at risk, but are the most likely people to spread it right now.
Absolutely.
You always see that one fucking reply guy on Twitter being like, look how little young people have died. But it's like, okay, well, look at the article of the people spreading it, and it's really young people, and they're killing their grandparents.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's just like, it makes me so fucking mad.
I don't know. It just makes me feel, and I know, I'm sure so many people are listening to the podcast and are like, this is what I've been feeling. I'm trying to stay safe inside. But then, I don't know. I know people are going to come back with like the economic arguments, and it's like, okay, I'm saying from a point of somebody who doesn't need to go anywhere and can still support businesses from doing that. I think it's our responsibility not to do that. And that's it.
Absolutely. Thank you. Yes. Bring it on home with that. I mean, it's like, you have a fucking influence. Like, you have to use that positively. Like, you cannot, like, if you're going to portray yourself however you want to portray yourself, but if you're actively putting people or inspiring people to be in these situations, it's like, fuck you a little bit. That is so irresponsible. It's so fucking shameful. Anyway,
you want to calm down with some preguntas?
Yeah, let's talk to our good boys, or
little
hear from
inside our boys. I want to hear from our boys that I know are wearing masks and I know are staying safe, because I know our boys care about their boys, and they don't want old boys or weak immune system boys to die. So I know our boys are listening.
I know those boys, Eddie. They're under the little blankies right now. They got a little mug of cocoa, and they're just sitting there, and they said, I'm that boy. And they turn the volume up on the iPad, spill a little cocoa on the bed. That's
the thing. You're listening right now, and you're like, am I that boy? You're that boy. You are. Yeah. It's you.
You are.
And we turn into NPR type feel. You're that boy. Yep. It's you.
Let's give it to someone special.
Let's give it.
Who we giving it to today, Eddie? What's the name?
Wait, are you?
We'll get one.
You talking about a Derek? Question? I didn't have one.
No. Just Derek. This one's for Derek.
This one's for Derek. This one's for Haley.
Yeah.
And this one's for Terry. Fuck. No, dude.
No.
I'm sorry. No. I take that one back. Whatever your name is, you're that boy. Did I fix it? Is that okay?
Who is that boy? It's Derek or Haley, not Terry.
Not Terry. Fuck you, Terry.
That's the new Fox show. So stay tuned for that.
Fuck you, Terry.
Fuck you, Terry. Welcome to the middle of the podcast. This is me, Gus, of the Gus and Eddy podcast. I'm just here to tell you about our sponsor today, which is Mack Weldon. Thank you, Mack Weldon, for sponsoring this episode. Mack Weldon makes all sorts of premium socks, shirts, hoodies, underwear for the modern day beautiful man. Mack Weldon believes in smart design, premium fabrics, and simple shopping. They're really quick, and it's got a smooth checkout process. Not only does Mack Weldon's underwear, socks, and shirts look good, they'll perform well too, okay? It's good for working out, going to work, going out on dates, just everyday life stuff, because Mack Weldon wants you to be comfortable. So if you don't like your first pair of underwear, you can keep it, and they will still refund you, no questions asked. They have a line of silver underwear and shirts that are naturally antimicrobial, which means that they eliminate odor, so no stink when you're trying to get a drink. That's their promise. and I assume it's their new phrase. Anyway, I myself have a few pairs of Mack Weldon underwear, and let me tell you, they are some of the comfiest, sleekest, most form-fitting, beautiful pieces of undergarments that I've ever owned. I really like the product. They're really high quality, and you should go get one for yourself, gee dang it. So right now, check out the link in the description down below. For 20% off of your first order, please visit mackweldon.com/gusandeddy and enter promo code Gus and Eddy. Again, for 20% off your first order, that is mackweldon.com/Gus and Eddy. Enter promo code Gus and Eddy for 20% off your first order. Thank you so much, Mack Weldon, for sponsoring. All right, go in there. Go back there. Get out of here. All right. Follow us on Twitter at Eddie Burback and at Gus Buckets, and ask us all your preguntas. That's questions for our English-speaking viewers, and we will fix all of your lives. So that should be a good deal. That's fucking fair. You don't have to pay us for that. At Jacob Jezik asks, do you think Stuart Little's parents have mice traps or poison around the house for the other random mice that get in?
Also, what is the other random mouse just like a guy who's like, hey, what's up? What's your name, Stuart? You know what I mean? Or is he just a mouse?
And do you think Stuart knows that guy's going to get murked? Like, it's kind of like shitty, but he's just like, I am in this tight spot. Like, they got me a little car and I have a vest and stuff. So it's like,
he's like, I could save this mouse, but they got me a little red car. So I'm just going to have to let him die.
It's just like, whoa, Mouse Brothers, dude, can I chill here?
I don't make friends here. He's like,
what do you mean you don't make friends?
I have a rule. I don't talk to mice.
Do you think I could take a cruise in that snappy young convertible you got there?
Only works for me. Only works for my feet. I'm Stuart Little.
I'm seeing 4 seats in the car. So
4 seats, but my little mouse feet only press the gas, and I go too fast, you'd fly out. It wouldn't even work. I'm wearing pants. You're not wearing anything.
Why don't you fly out? I mean, there's clearly.
I'm wearing sneakers. There's grip on the brake and the gas pedal. I'm Stuart Little.
Okay. Well, again, Hey, Stuart, I just want to crash here. That's all I'm asking.
Listen, I'm sorry. You're just a fucking mouse coming into the house here. I'm sorry I didn't really introduce myself.
Okay, I don't mean to call a spade a spade,
Let me finish. My name's Stuart Little. Okay. I was in an orphanage, and I got chosen in front of all the human kids. Do you know how special you got to be a little mouse that gets adopted by 2 humans? Not a pet store. We're not talking about a pet store. I was adopted in an orphanage with sneakers on. Who are you?
I feel like you're trying to bring up the orphanage to make it seem like you had it hard, but again, you were living in an orphanage.
I didn't have it hard. I'm telling you, I'm special. I'm a special mouse.
I live in a 1 by 2.5 foot bucket of just pure shit. That's where I live. You telling me you were in an orphanage getting little diapers and full meals and baths
That's
and stuff?
what I'm telling you. I got my diaper changed. At the end they would spritz my little mouse butt with some Febreze just to make me smell better because I was a little mouse. And I'm better than you. I'm Stuart Little. I'm wearing sneakers. I don't understand what you want from me. I'll drive that little boat around when what the fuck is his brother's name?
You have a boat?
Oh, yeah. Oh, dude, don't even get me started. I have a boat.
Do you have every bit of transportation scaled down to fit a adult mouse?
Yeah. So we have a Navy carrier. We also
I've got mouse navies?
Yeah, I've got a Ford Fiesta as well. I got a Kia Soul.
Well, a Kia Soul makes sense because I always have those hamsters in there anyway.
They just have a bunch of the most select. He's like, yeah, no, I only have. Well, I have a Dodge Neon. I have a Ford Fiesta. I have a Kia Soul. I have what the fuck is another one of those kind of weird smaller cars?
A Pinto. I have an old K car. Dude, it's like, can you imagine being Stuart Little going up to the human mom, just tugging on her dress and being like, hey, Mom, I was thinking maybe could you get me a car? I'm just a little mouse and I got to just kind of, transport myself around the house. Oh, sure. I'm sure we could kind of hook up a Tonka truck to be able to be driven around. I was thinking actually a Ford Fiesta. She's like, I'm getting you a car. You're a fucking mouse. You want a Ford Fiesta? You get what you get, Stu.
That was the one I loved so much it was like a meme from years ago of the like just somebody looking confused, and it was like the other orphans seeing a mouse get picked before them was just such a funny concept to me. Isn't the dude from House is the dad in Stuart Little, right?
Oh, wait, Hugh Laurie?
Is that his name? I didn't remember his name.
I think so. The British comedian dude?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure he's the dad. And then they play chopsticks on the piano. You remember that?
I don't remember that.
I remember a lot about Stuart Little.
I would read the books, but I wouldn't read like...
I'm talking about the movie. No. Ask me any question about Stuart Little, I'll answer it.
Okay, what?
Don't know. Sorry, different question.
Sorry, I just knew the direction you were taking that, and I'm just like, I'm not even going to entertain that idea. Excuse me, sorry about that. Sorry, Tony. Auto-tune that burp, please. Okay, here's another question here. At EDIEY_S says, would you rather have your teeth be flaccid and get hard when you're hungry, or always be erect when you go pee?
Definitely the second one. Holy shit, definitely the second one.
Can you imagine those just warbling around in your mouth when you're just going back and forth?
That means when you're not hungry, you can't like speak correctly. I don't even know what it would sound like if you were trying to speak through like flappy teeth. You know what I mean? Like, what would that even sound like?
That sounds like a hit new mobile game, by the way. Flappy
Teeth. So just been play Fall Guys lately. Like that would be the whole. or privately, I just have to like sit down when I pee all the time. That's not really that big of a deal to me.
Actually, it'd probably be easier if you just kind of like did a downward facing dog over the toilet and just had your ween go erect directly into the water like that.
Yeah, I hear you. And then I could custom build in my home, get a urinal that is like, it's like angled, so it's a tube, but it's kind of like it's angled down, but you have to point straight up at it. So then you don't even have to adjust, and you could just pee erect, and it would just go right in and then down the tube.
That's pretty smart.
Yeah, I don't think it would backfire at all. I don't think there'd be a mess or anything.
No. Plus, if your peen is already dangling in, you could just turn the bidet on low and just clean out the tiny little tip of your urethra. It's very efficient.
Wait, with that setup, where's the bidet coming from? Where is it pointed?
Well, I'm kind of on my original concept, where I am again downward facing dog with my erect peen pointing directly into the toilet, directly in front of the bidet nozzle. So
you have to be sideways on the right. You can't be. Cause,
I can't. Yeah, well, that would look stupid as hell. I would have to be sideways with my head or ass against the wall, draped over it. Just
how are you
going
to do that in like a stall?
In a stall? Oh, well, I could easily do that in a stall. It just people would probably see my hands and my feet on the floor.
No, but think of the space in a stall.
Yeah.
Oh wait, so you're not planking it. You're putting your legs and hands down. Okay.
Yeah, I'm draping.
Down facing
and then
dog.
in the
okay,
stall,
got it now.
If anything, I have more space in the stall because then I can have it like my knees are on the ground and my feet just extend into the next person's stall. So I'm in.
Are you putting gloves on?
No, I'm not putting gloves on. I'm taking two really thin single squares of one-ply toilet paper and resting just my palms on it while my fingers leak over onto the floor.
Okay, so you're telling me that somebody in the next stall would hear two panels of toilet paper rip, then see them placed into their stall a little bit, and then see your palms with your fingers stretched up placed down on the two of them, and then they just hear you start peeing.
No, that would be insane. I'd poke my head through and just be like, "Hey, sorry, I'm gonna be down here for a while." I'd let him know,
sorry,
so.
I got asked by a hypotheticals if I would rather have soft, flaccid teeth or if I had to do this, and I chose this. So I'm just gonna pop back into my stall and go pee real quick. Is that it? Okay.
Yep, that's
I understand now. That's a pretty good system.
I know. We're fixing everything today, dude. We're coming up with so many good ideas.
Honestly, I think that we should patent everything before the podcast goes out tomorrow.
We came back in. We cut something out.
Yeah,
I
we
said
cut
the
something
full
out.
name
Sorry.
of Eddie's high school teacher and his sister. So
okay.
Sorry, I said that. Okay, I got a fucking pregunta for you here right now, Eddie.
What's up?
I gotta tell you, I'm saying right now, okay? I don't want to pick favorites.
Okay.
But this is once again from @Lil Richard Nixon, And I
Okay.
distinctly remember having asked at least 2 or 3 of their questions before because they are always really good.
There you go. Thank you. That's a boy
I
right
see
there.
you. I see you, boy. Keep it up. All right, so at Lil Richard Nixon says, if you had to consume one non-edible item in your apartment right now, what would it be?
Huh. I'm
Toilet
looking
paper's
around.
a good guess.
Yeah, toilet paper or paper towel would probably be the easiest. But I'm assuming it's got to be like the whole roll then.
That's true. Yeah, that's only fair if it's
Just
something
to be
easy like paper.
I'm looking around. I don't really know.
If I had an hour to eat it, we'll give you an hour to eat it.
Let's
so
say-
that's just like
Okay, let's say for the sake of the hypothetical, it can't be paper.
yes, that's
cardboard.
fair. That's fair.
So what are
Nothing
you
treated
going
like
with?
that.
It's got to be something then probably easy to remove, right? Because there's nothing we can probably digest.
Man, maybe if it was
Oh.
like some non-toxic like.
I'd
like
eat a plant in
makeup
my
base.
room. I'd eat the snake plant in my room with the dirt and all.
Can you eat that? You'd eat the dirt? Ooh.
I mean, it wouldn't. I would be able to digest it at least, right?
Why are you eating dirt? No.
What are you gonna eat? Like a fucking GameCube controller?
Cord and all. I'd slurp it up like spaghetti.
Oh my god!
Can you imagine trying to twirl a GameCube controller like on a fork like it's old pasta?
But you're allowed to put ragu on it. Just the cursed image of a GameCube with its connected controllers, and you're spinning a fork with ragu all over the
I
cords.
absolutely hate that. Yeah, I fucking hate that. I would probably choose. I'm sure I could find a non-toxic makeup item of Sabrina's that I could just eat it, and it would just be like actually eating dirt, but a little bit more like fancy dirt,
Or like a
face dirt.
deodorant stick or something like that.
Absolutely,
That would
sounds
probably.
pretty fair.
But then I'd assume you'd have to eat the body of the deodorant or the body of the makeup
Oh,
too. That
fuck,
probably
yeah.
counts as well.
Shit, man, even my room. I bet I could down this mouse pad. That sounds pretty doable. I mean, it's just foam. Kind of smells like gym class, but that's okay.
Foam never hurt anybody in any way.
Little foam never hurt anybody. Say, Eddie, do you mind if I go? I forgot to grab a piece of. I'm not gonna say it yet, but a little package. Do you mind? Can you stall for like 20 seconds?
Yes, and I'll grab mine after you get back. So,
Okay.
guys, I just want to. I know today there was a lot of bitching about coronavirus and also my couch. Sorry for rambling, but really, for everybody that's staying home, I know it's a hard time. I know I'd rather be back on the set too. We'll get through it. We got this. All right. We've already been through enough time where like we can keep going. We can keep pushing. And so we will until there's, a vaccine or whatever the fuck happens. And then when that happens, I'll get fucking pumped up with vaccine immediately so I can get back on this set with Gus for you guys, and we'll do that immediately. Even if it's still risky, even if they say there's a 50% chance of dying from this vaccine, I'll do it for my boys. I'll do it just for them. Even if there's a 95% chance of dying. No, I won't do that. But, oh God, he's coming back. I'm hearing the slamming of doors. You know that means Gus has got some mail in his hands.
I'm in here.
He's in here. All right,
I'm
let me go grab
inside.
mine.
All right, I'm in
what's
here,
up?
boys. Guys, you can tell once again, I don't want to make any comments about the status or the classification of what or what not a post office is. But I would also like to point out that apparently this was delivered to us on December 23rd of last year, and it is currently, I believe, August 8th. So take that as you will. It has been there a bit. I may or may not have been storing this mail here. I don't want to hear anything about it. I don't want to speak on it further. Frankly, I'd rather not even discuss it or anything with you or Eddie at all for the rest of the podcast. But we're gonna bear down and get through it all together because we're a little
What's
bit of
up?
a family. Hey Eddie, what do you say we open a little piece of mail? All right. Again,
All
the
right.
post office it's closed. I just told the viewers at home that apparently this is a piece of mail that has been date marked as being delivered to us on December the 23rd of last year.
no.
So,
I'm sorry to whoever said that. Hopefully you're still listening to the podcast.
yeah. This is from Jebo Productions, Jebo, in Indiana.
Okay.
So let's fucking open it, I guess. Oh my, okay, this is probably gonna be fake.
Okay.
Wait a minute. Okay. I'm assuming it's fake. You can see what I'm looking at, viewers.
I can't, so that's fun.
So I'm assuming that the product is not actually in here.
What's the box?
It is an iPhone SE box.
There's no way.
There's no way. I'm opening it slowly. I'm going to read this note on it first. To Eddie, with all our supportly, boyful love, Jibo Productions. And I'm opening yours slowly.
Okay.
Oh, it's very thoughtful, Eddie. You got Wintermint 5 gum and some Almond Joys in a Reese's bar.
Yo, okay.
Yo! So that's how it feels to chew 5 gum.
What
Okay.
what did you get?
I don't know. I got a box that is wrapped in the Victoria's Secret Bombshell Seduction package.
Whoa, put it on.
Same value level. I'll put it on. I already smell good, but I'll put it on. To Gus, with all our supportly boyful love, Jibo Productions. All right, I'm opening it. It is, Snyder's of Hanover hot buffalo wing pretzel pieces.
Dude, those are when we were younger. Those were Tony's favorite snack. Those for everybody that wants to try those. The Snyder's hot buffalo pretzels taste almost exactly like hot wings. It's crazy.
Yo, you've actually had the hot buffalo ones? I've only had the musty flavors.
No, yeah, I've had the hot buffalo ones. They're fucking great. Tony used to get them on road trips all the time.
Damn.
But that's from December. Is it expired?
Nah, I bet it's not. And even if it is, you know my standards. It's going down the gullet. All right, what is it? I don't even know. I'll just trust it. I trust you, Jibo. Thank you, boys. Oh, January 18th it expired.
All right, should I show mine?
Let's see yours.
Okay, so this one is from Milo, and I'm gonna open it up now. Oh, dude! Oh my God! So it's like a really cool drawing of me as Sully and you as Mike Wazowski. And let me send it in a second. It's so cool. Hold on.
Yeah, let me look at the Discord chat.
Hold on. I got this. Give me a fucking second, please. Hold on.
Okay, Jesus.
Oh my God. Okay. And now I'm sending it in the Discord. And Tony, if you want to blow it up a little bit bigger, it's in the Discord right now because you're in the future. And so, also, I'm sure some people are like, wait, didn't Eddie say Carson was going to be on the podcast? We had a little scheduling conflict, so Carson's going to be on whenever he can, probably next week. I know we keep missing that mark, but Gus, here you go. I'm sending it now. There it is.
All right. Yo!
I love it. So this is, okay, there's a little, it says, read this on the podcast.
We'll do it.
In your best Christopher Walken voice. I will not. It says, okay, Dear Gus and Eddie, my name is Milo, and I love watching both of your channels. I'm also a big, what does this say? Oh, sorry, a big fan of the podcast, and I find that it makes playing Skate 3 more fun. Dude, Skate 3 is fucking great. I wanted to show my appreciation for the content you provide by drawing the two of you, so I did that while listening to the podcast. Thanks for reading, Milo. Dude,
I love that. Thank you,
awesome.
Milo.
I love that
picture's
Milo.
beautiful.
That really,
I like that.
That cheered me up. My brain was in a negative mood from all the Corona talk, and I was like, oh, yeah, I love our boys.
Now I'm happy again. I miss you guys. I miss Eddie and I. We were saying this before. I miss running into people and just saying, "Hey, what up?" and taking a photo and shaking hands and then mouth to mouth kissing everybody that we meet on the street.
Also, for Milo, if you watch Jakey as well, Jakey just messaged in the Discord and said, "Holy shit!" when he saw that. And now William Osmond said, "Yo, I'm never sleeping again." Yeah, dude, for real, I want to do, again, when it's safe, do a live show. Even we'll do a live podcast, right? We just will.
Yeah, we'll do it. We'll do it for the boys.
And we'll have all the boys around. I don't know, even if we could figure out after all this, like a longer than normal meet and greet, where we maybe just like get to. I love when we just get to do the questions with everybody, but, I don't know how long. I mean, I guess that's what a live podcast would be, is a long meet and greet, because we'd be taking questions the whole time, right?
Yeah, I think we'd probably have a couple, things ahead of time and just talk, and then especially towards, the end parts and stuff, like an extended opening up of questions where we just, discuss and shit. Like, that
I want to bring a boy on stage.
Let's have some surprise boys.
I'll bring somebody up, and I'll berate them in front of everyone.
Let's bring up Eminem and you tease him to his face, and it's the first time you're ever meeting him, and then we tell him to perform "I'm Not Afraid" after he's been crying
with tears welling up in his eyes.
Yeah, I'm not afraid. It's at like a 300-person comedy club, and he's just fucking weeping up there, and the speakers are just blowing out.
And it's like with his oddly perfectly manicured beard.
Yeah, it's too precise.
It's too precise. You can't have a beard that perfect. It's just, you know what I mean? It's like even guys with big burly beards that have the sharp lines on it, it's like, dude, that's unsettling to me. I need it to have a little bit of something, you know what I mean? A little bit of ruggedness.
Eminem beard. I'm looking at it now. It literally looks like somebody came in and hand placed every single hair on the face.
That's the problem. Is it looks like he's wearing a fake beard for a movie.
And it's like I don't know if he's had work done, but he has an extraordinarily chiseled jaw. So that paired with a very precise beard just makes it look like somebody just put in every little baby follicle on there. Mm-hmm. I'm glad that he's committed to that same hat though.
Yeah. Wait. That's it for
mail. Thanks, everybody. It's nice having mail again. Eddie,
they'll probably be. What's up?
Well, I was just gonna say I got a little pregunta for you, but what do you got?
I was gonna say we'll probably have to at some point in the future risk a mail grab again, but don't send them now, guys. We will tell you when that is.
Absolutely, but we got a bit to last us. We're rationing the mail, and it should be a good time.
You gain nothing by sending mail early because Gus and I do not have a system when we receive the mail of what gets opened first. It's just kind of like my brain goes, ooh, and I grab from the box.
That's the thing. And I'm not trying to be a kid on Christmas, but also I'm trying to do space maintenance. And 9 times out of 10, I'm opening the biggest boxes in descending order. I mean, I got to do it.
You should have not said that. That is not...
Unfortunately, Tony has hit his cut it out quotient for the day, so
it's just in there.
That's in there. But anyway, I got another little pregunta for you, Eddie, here. This appears to be a disagreement with a mom, and it sounds eerily similar to a situation, a traumatic one, that I have shared in the past here.
Okay.
This comes to us from @MaryMooses. And Mary says, when I was 5 years old, I was obsessed with my stuffed animals, of which I had over 20. I played with them every day, but I would leave them everywhere. One day I came home from school to learn that my mom donated every single one. Her excuse at the time was that I didn't appreciate them enough to put them away. Now, when I bring it up, she claims she doesn't remember doing that. I gotta just pause here. This is so mom. This is so fucking mom. This is a heartbreak situation for me right now, Mary. I'm so sorry.
I want to give her a hug. That sounds awful. I'm so sorry that happened to you.
I want to give her a hug and over 20 stuffed animals, of which she was obsessed with.
Yes. Oh, my God.
Mary goes on further to say, I get really upset about it, and she, mom, says because she doesn't remember doing it, she doesn't have to apologize.
Oh, my God.
Oh, no.
You hear that stuff, and you're like, parents are just regular people that you know in your life that had a kid. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that's just your mom. You can play this for your mom. Listen, you owe your daughter an apology.
Yeah.
You really do. That is traumatic.
Mom, I know you put in the work. You put in the work, okay? I hope Mary Moose is your daughter. It could be a kid down the street making up a lie, but I know you worked your ass off, Mom. But you gotta acknowledge that you did this. You know you did this, okay? Don't give me that I forgot so I don't have to apologize shit. That's playground nonsense, Mom.
Yeah, that's not. And again, you put in the work, but sometimes even though you put in the work with somebody, you got to also apologize when you wrong them. And no parent's going to be perfect, but if you throw out their stuffed animals when they're a child, you should probably apologize for that.
In this, Mary goes on to say, P.S. I'm in my 20s now, but by golly, I'm still wounded by this. It's like, Mom,
no, I get it.
You have an adult child. Have this conversation. Here's the thing, Mom, and this is me reading way into the relationship. If your daughter can't even trust you with admitting that you threw out her fucking stuffed animals, how are you going to expect her to open up to you as she grows up and has a family of her own? She can't trust you. You got to admit to Stuffed Gate, all right? Or else we're not moving past this.
We got to figure this out on Stuffed Gate. I want everyone on the subreddit to put in your theories of Stuffed Gate. I want to hear. We're breaking this wide open. That's
we
what
are
we're
breaking this
doing.
wide open. Absolutely. I'm blowing this shit up. This is going to be top of New York Times tomorrow. I don't even want to hear it.
Wait, so you don't want to hear it, or
Well, I do want to hear that.
we do want to hear it, but we don't even want to hear it.
I don't even want to hear it though. Yeah,
I don't even want to hear it. I do want to hear about it, but I don't even want to hear it. You know what I'm saying?
It's like give it to me, definitely, but like get that shit away from me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, give it to, like put it in front of me, but push it away. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Just in and out,
It's
like
simple
that.
stuff.
The burger place. That's what they
In,
called
but
it.
definitely out for sure. But in
that's
as
why they
well.
named it that. Yes. Shouldn't be that clear. You got it written down, Mary. You'll figure it out. All right,
It's clear and it's so unclear. That's what I have to say.
just get it. Just fucking figure it out. But at the same time, best of luck. At Speff asks, what is a futuristic sci-fi trope that you wish was real or more fully developed? Jetpacks, hoverboards, Cortana level AI shit. Love the podcast.
Can I give you a
Thanks for
specific
making-
one?
Love
Oh,
the
I
stuff.
thought you were already rattling them off. I thought you were just jetpack.
Oh no, that was their thing. Yeah.
Okay, so I definitely want. You remember in did you watch Spy Kids as a kid?
Of course, I watched Spy Kids as a kid. Yes.
You remember the McDonald's meal microwave?
Yes,
Dude.
Holy shit.
I imagine just having fresh food. You put a little like something in the microwave, and then it comes out. It's a whole meal right there.
Insane. That looks so cool. It's like that was the same vibe I got from the Back to the Future little mini Pizza Hut pizza that they rehydrated.
Oh, that Pizza Hut pizza. Oh my god.
It looked perfect, by the way. That pizza was like, this is too perfect. Too much.
Hoverboard, of course. Jetpacks, of course. I'm trying to think, like, what's something that I dreamed about that was in sci-fi shit. Well, one, it's not even sci-fi, it's comic stuff, but to have a Spider-Man web shooter was always my dream as a kid. That's the coolest fucking thing ever.
That is pretty cool. And I think we've said it before, but I have to denounce the Sam Raimi, even though I kind of like charmingly the old, Tobey Maguire ones, but I denounce everybody for making me, and I'm sure a generation of children, think that inherently Spider-Man could just shoot him out of his skin. Because I thought that as late as last year. You told me it wasn't the case.
Yeah, it's when the Andrew Garfield one came out is when I learned, where I was like, oh, that's kind of dumb. He built the web shooters, and because I was like in the beginning of high school when that came out, and then everyone online was like, no, that's like how Spider-Man almost always does it. He's not some fucking squirt boy. I'm sure there's a ton of comics now where it comes out of his wrist, but like that, I don't even think the first edition he built web shooters. I'm pretty sure.
Oh yeah, it's just fuck you, Sam Raimi. I'll say
big
it right
one
now.
when we were big one when we were kids too. Everybody wants a lightsaber.
Oh,
everybody
yes.
wants a lightsaber just to fucking slice some shit. But if I got that as a kid, I would have killed myself by accident, without a doubt.
Every single kid that would have gotten one would have died, like statistically speaking.
There's
Unreal.
no way, because you try one spin, your arm's gone.
You're done. You're done. Yeah. You know what I wanted bad when I was a kid, and I have to bring it back to Spy Kids. It's not a gadget or technology, but I wanted to have the ability.
Fuck the thumb people? Sorry, go ahead. No.
What's that now? You wanted?
No, sorry. No. Sorry, I must have sneezed. Let's go back to what you said. I'm so sorry.
Well, I think you were actually. No, I heard it. It came through on my end.
I didn't hear. I didn't really hear. The connection must have messed up. And I said.
I'll just get it. Eddie said he wanted to had to fuck the thumb people. So
I didn't say that. I said what I said. Tony, you could go back. Tony, subtitle me or something and show that I didn't say that. And I didn't. It was the connection that said that. I didn't say that.
People can turn on the auto-generated captions and see
I
that
didn't
you
say
clearly said
I wanted
that you
to. What did you say? What
you
was it?
wanted to
Fuck the thumb
thumb
people?
thumbs.
No.
The thumbs.
I don't even know their names. I wouldn't even. It's not like I would even. What were you gonna say? Is what we were talking about.
You want to? I mean.
What was the thing that you wanted? That's what we're.
I just kind of want to say, I'd like to go into play the video game world, like in Spy Kids 3D Game Over.
Because you had a crush on the robot.
On Demetra. Yeah, I had a crush on Demetra. At the time, it is long since faded, because she is a child, and I'm not into fucking them or thumb people, so frankly.
And that's the thing, is what's great about this podcast is that nobody that hosts this podcast wants to fuck a thumb person, and we've agreed on that, and that's it. And that's all we... That's
agree implies that it's like a unilateral decision. and I'm telling you, like, it seems like you, like,
I
I
think
wouldn't do that.
I think when we go back and we check the tapes, we'll find that I didn't say that. And that what had happened was something on Discord got messed up. I said something along the lines of, Gus, let me know what you were going to say. And then somewhere you must have heard that I said I wanted to fuck the thumb.
Well, yeah, because I heard it because of you said it. So, like, that's why I
really
that.
think this is a Discord thing. And this is why we need to risk coronavirus and come right back to the set.
Are you intentionally trying to have your microphone cut out right now as you distance yourself from the clear fact that you said that you wanted to fuck the thumb people from Spy Kids when you were young?
I don't know what
I can actually,
and you know
like,
what I'm trying to say is that.
So, you know, in the final cut of the audio, we're going to be able to hear you physically clicking your off and on button. I actively hear it now over Discord, and that's a fraction of the volume that our viewers. You know what? I don't
want to fuck the thumb people, so I don't even know who said that.
Okay, I'll roll out, but you can. Okay.
It's not even like I didn't say it, and when you don't say something, when you don't say something, it's just weird to have the person you're hosting a podcast with to say that you keep saying it. You know? Do they have Is there like a thumb around their penis area?
Stop it!